Imagine this. You're completely exhausted, yet the moment your head touches the pillow, your eyes pop wide open. Or worse, you wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. and just stare at the ceiling. Sounds familiar? This isn't always about stress or bad habits. As we age, especially past 60, our brain naturally produces far less melatonin, the hormone that tells our body it's time to sleep. That's why so many of us struggle with restless nights. But here's the good news. You don't need heavy medication or a drastic lifestyle overhaul. Something as simple as a warm, calming drink before bed can gently nudge your body into rest mode. In this video, we'll walk through 5 powerful bedtime drinks ranked from light to strong. These drinks work with your body, boosting melatonin, calming the nervous system, and setting up your brain for deep, peaceful sleep. I'll share with you how a simple glass of nut milk, a soothing cup of chamomile, or even a Tart cherry smoothie can change the way you sleep, starting tonight. Think of it like sending your brain the bedtime signals it's been missing. Now I'm curious. Where are you watching this from, and what time is it right now for you? Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to see. Let's dive into the first drink on our list. A simple, creamy cup of nut milk that can quietly boost your melatonin and help you drift off naturally. Let's begin with drink number 5. Nut milk. It may sound too simple to be powerful, but for many people, this warm, creamy drink has been life-changing. Naturally free of caffeine and sugar, nut milk, whether from almonds, walnuts, or cashews, is rich in natural melatonin. That means, unlike coffee or tea that keep your brain alert, nut milk gently whispers to your body, it's time to rest. Take the story of Margaret, a 67-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. For years, she struggled with restless nights. I was exhausted, but like clockwork, I'd wake up at 2:30 a.m. and just stare at the ceiling, she told me. Doctors suggested medication, but she didn't want to rely on pills. Then she tried something almost laughably simple. Half a cup of warm almond milk before bed. The first night, she felt comforted, but didn't expect much. By the 4th night, she noticed she was sleeping through until morning. Within 2 weeks, she told me, it was the first time in years I woke up feeling truly refreshed. Science agrees with Margaret's experience. A 2022 study found that people who drank walnut milk every night for 14 days had their melatonin levels nearly triple. They not only fell asleep more easily, but also slept longer and woke up less during the night. That's exactly what our bodies need, especially after 60, when melatonin production naturally drops. The beauty of nut milk lies in its gentleness. It soothes the nervous system, eases tense muscles, stabilizes mood, and encourages drowsiness without any harsh side effects. Just remember, the key is to keep it simple. About half a cup, warm, unsweetened, and enjoyed right before bed. Margaret laughs now when she thinks about how she used to sip black tea at night, not realizing it was sabotaging her sleep. Drinks like coffee, black tea, or even cold water late in the evening can block the signals your brain uses to release melatonin. Replacing those with nut milk gave her body back its natural rhythm. So if you've been tossing and turning, or waking up in the middle of the night, maybe it's time to try this gentle ritual. Sometimes the smallest changes, like a warm cup of nut milk, can restore the peaceful nights you thought you had lost. Now, let's move on to drink number 4, malted milk. A warm, comforting blend that has been helping people wind down for generations. It's not just a cozy bedtime treat. It works on a deeper level, almost like flipping the body's switch from alertness to relaxation. The secret lies in barley, which is naturally rich in melatonin and tryptophan. When you drink malted milk, the tryptophan helps your body create serotonin, which then converts into melatonin, the very hormone that tells your brain it's time to sleep. Add in the soothing warmth of milk, and you've got a natural signal to your body. It's time to let go. It's time to rest. There's real science to back this up. A study from Kyoto showed that drinking malted milk about an hour before bed for just 5 nights led to deeper sleep and less morning fatigue. Imagine waking up after 5 days and finally feeling like your body is working with you instead of against you. To make it work, keep it simple. Around 150 ml of low-fat, unsweetened milk with malt powder. Avoid adding cocoa or sugar. They may feel comforting in the moment, but they can disrupt insulin and actually cause night awakenings. Let me share a story. John, a 72-year-old grandfather from Texas, used to rely on late-night TV to tire himself out, but he often ended up feeling restless. His granddaughter suggested malted milk, something her grandmother used to drink. At first, John laughed, calling it old-fashioned. But after trying it for a week, he noticed something remarkable. Not only was he falling asleep faster, but he also woke up without that heavy, sluggish feeling he had gotten used to over the years. "It feels like my nights are finally working for me, not against me," he told me with a smile. Malted milk is more than a nostalgic drink. It's a natural tool for better sleep. If you're looking for a way to calm your body and prepare for deep rest, this simple tradition might be exactly what your nights have been missing. Now, let's move to drink number 3. Chamomile tea. A gentle classic that has soothed restless minds for centuries. Unlike strong medications or heavy foods, chamomile works softly, nudging your body towards sleep without forcing it. It's like a friend who quietly whispers, "You can relax now." Chamomile contains a small amount of plant-based melatonin, but its true magic comes from a compound called apigenin. This natural antioxidant binds to receptors in your brain, helping reduce anxiety and calming down an overactive nervous system. If you've ever felt that your body was tired, but your mind just wouldn't switch off, chamomile can help bridge that gap. Modern life makes this even more important. Many of us spend hours under artificial lights, scrolling on screens or staying indoors with little sun exposure. All of these disrupt the body's sleep rhythm, making it harder for melatonin to do its job. A warm cup of chamomile acts as a signal in the noise, telling your body it's nighttime, it's safe to let go. And yes, science supports what grandmothers have been saying for generations. In a study where people drank chamomile tea every night for 28 days, results were clear. They fell asleep about 15 minutes faster, woke up fewer times during the night, and reported much better overall sleep quality. That's a huge difference for something as simple as a cup of tea. Here's how to make it work. Steep your chamomile tea for about 5 to 7 minutes, drink around 100 to 120 ml, and have it at least an hour before bed. That gives your body time to absorb its calming compounds without overfilling your bladder at night. Let me tell you a story. Eleanor, a 70-year-old widow from Florida, struggled with sleep after her husband passed away. Nights felt long, lonely, and restless. She often stayed up watching late-night TV, only to feel exhausted the next day. Her daughter suggested chamomile tea. At first, Eleanor dismissed it. "Tea can't fix this," she thought. But she gave it a try, replacing her evening coffee with chamomile. The first week, she noticed she felt calmer before bed. By the second week, she was falling asleep faster and waking less during the night. After a month, she told me, "It feels like I've reclaimed my nights. I'm no longer dreading bedtime." Chamomile may not be dramatic, but sometimes that's exactly what we need. Something gentle, natural, and steady. If your sleep struggles come from racing thoughts, irregular schedules, or too much screen time, chamomile tea could be the quiet ally your nights are waiting for. Just remember one little tip. Don't drink it too late, or your bladder might interrupt your rest. With the right timing, though, chamomile can turn restless nights into peaceful ones, sip by sip. Now, let's move to drink number 2, Kiwi Smoothie. A vibrant, refreshing option that goes far beyond being just a healthy snack. Kiwi is often overlooked when we think about sleep, but research shows it may be one of the most powerful natural tools for restoring deep rest, especially for older adults. What makes kiwi so effective is its comprehensive mechanism. First, it contains natural melatonin, the hormone directly responsible for regulating your sleep-wake cycle. But that's only the beginning. Kiwi is also packed with antioxidants like vitamin C and carotenoids, which protect your cells from oxidative stress. Why does this matter for sleep? Because oxidative stress is one of the silent culprits behind fragmented rest, waking up multiple times during the night. By calming this stress, kiwi helps your brain and body stay in those deeper, more restorative stages of sleep. Another key factor is its effect on serotonin, the neurotransmitter that not only stabilizes mood, but also acts as the building block for melatonin. Eating kiwi in the evening helps your brain reset the rhythm between day and night, giving you a smoother transition into sleep. It's like helping your body remember what natural bedtime should feel like. The evidence is impressive. In one study, adults who ate 2 kiwis every evening for 4 weeks reported dramatic improvements. They fell asleep 35% faster. Their total sleep duration increased by 13%, and they woke up feeling noticeably more alert and refreshed. Imagine that. Without medication, without side effects, just a piece of fruit supporting the body's own sleep machinery. Here's how you can enjoy it in a simple, delicious way. Blend fresh kiwi with unsweetened almond milk and a small handful of sunflower seeds. The almond milk provides extra melatonin, while the seeds add magnesium, another mineral known to relax muscles and support sleep. Skip the honey or overly sweet fruits. The natural tanginess of kiwi is already perfect, and too much sugar can interfere with stable blood sugar levels, which may cause night awakenings. Drink your smoothie about an hour after dinner and dim the lights to let your body fully register the bedtime signal. Now, let me share a story. Robert, a 69-year-old retired engineer from California, had battled irregular sleep for years. He often described his nights as broken into pieces, falling asleep, waking up at 1 a.m., dozing off again, and waking up tired. After hearing about the kiwi study from his physician, he decided to give it a shot. Every night, Robert blended 2 kiwis with almond milk. The first week, he noticed he was falling asleep a bit quicker, but the real change came after 3 weeks. For the first time in years, he slept through the night without those frustrating wake-ups. He told me, "It feels like someone gave me back the deep sleep I thought was gone forever." Even better, he woke up in the morning with more energy to walk his dog, garden, and enjoy breakfast with his wife. Kiwi is particularly powerful for people over 60, when melatonin production naturally declines. At this stage of life, the body sometimes needs an extra nudge to keep its rhythm aligned. Instead of reaching immediately for pills, which can have side effects or leave you groggy, something as natural as a Kiwi Smoothie can offer gentle but profound support. Another reason this works so well is psychological. Creating a small ritual, blending your smoothie, sipping it slowly after dinner, lowering the lights, maybe reading a calm book, signals to the brain that it's time to wind down. These routines matter more than we think, and Kiwi gives you both the nutrition and the rhythm your body craves. Of course, like all natural remedies, patience is key. Robert didn't feel the full benefits overnight, but by sticking with it consistently, the results became undeniable. So if you're someone who often says, "I'm tired, but I just can't stay asleep," Kiwi might be the answer you've been looking for. To sum it up, the Kiwi Smoothie is not just a bedtime drink. It's a comprehensive sleep ally. It works on multiple levels, boosting melatonin, supporting serotonin, protecting against oxidative stress, and reinforcing your natural circadian rhythm. If you've struggled with restless nights, give it a try for a few weeks. The science is strong, the preparation is simple, and the results could be life-changing. Sometimes the path to peaceful sleep is as close as the fruit bowl on your kitchen counter. Now we arrive at drink number 1, the most powerful option on this list: Tart Cherry Smoothie. While cherries may seem like nothing more than a sweet summer fruit, tart cherries in particular have gained the attention of sleep researchers around the world. Why? Because they contain one of the richest natural sources of melatonin found in any food. Add to that their strong anti-inflammatory benefits, and you have a drink that not only improves sleep but also helps reduce pain, stiffness, and muscle soreness. A perfect combination for anyone struggling with both restless nights and daytime fatigue. Why tart cherries work so well? Tart cherries, unlike the sweet cherries you might eat fresh in summer, are slightly sour and usually found frozen or as juice. They stand out because they provide a concentrated dose of melatonin, directly feeding your body the very hormone that tells your brain it's time to sleep. But there's more. Tart cherries are also packed with anthocyanins, a powerful group of antioxidants that fight inflammation. Many older adults find that body aches, arthritis, or general soreness keep them from sleeping soundly. By reducing inflammation, tart cherries not only help you fall asleep, but also stay asleep without being disturbed by discomfort. What the science says. The research behind tart cherries is striking. In one study, participants who drank tart cherry juice twice daily for just 7 days experienced significant changes. Their melatonin levels rose, their total sleep time increased by about 84 minutes per night, and their overall sleep quality improved. That's more than an extra hour of restorative rest every single night, simply by adding a natural drink to the routine. Another benefit? They woke up more refreshed, alert, and less dependent on caffeine to power through the day. How to prepare it? Making a tart cherry smoothie at home is simple. Start with frozen tart cherries. These are often easier to find than fresh ones, and freezing helps preserve their nutrients. Blend them with a little unsweetened Greek yogurt, or, if you prefer a lighter option, just a quarter of a ripe banana for creaminess. The Greek yogurt provides protein and probiotics, which further support your gut and overall health, while the cherries bring the sleep magic. A key reminder: avoid adding sugar or honey. Too much sugar before bed can cause insulin spikes that wake you up in the middle of the night. Also, steer clear of canned cherries, which often contain added syrups and preservatives that cancel out the benefits. Drink your smoothie about an hour after dinner, ideally in a dimly lit environment so your body gets a clear nighttime message. Let me share the story of Linda, a 74-year-old retired nurse from Michigan. For years, Linda had struggled with fractured sleep. Arthritis pain made it hard for her to stay asleep, and even when she managed 6 or 7 hours in bed, she woke up feeling tired and foggy. She had tried over-the-counter sleep aids, but they left her groggy and sluggish the next morning. Her granddaughter, who had read about tart cherries, suggested she give them a try. Linda was skeptical. Fruit can't possibly be stronger than medicine, she thought, but she agreed to try a tart cherry smoothie every evening. The first few nights, she enjoyed the taste but didn't notice much change. Then, after about a week, she realized something remarkable. She was no longer waking up multiple times from joint pain. Her nights stretched longer, and for the first time in years, she got a solid 7 to 8 hours of deep rest. Even more surprising, her mornings were brighter. She felt sharper, more energetic, and eager to take her morning walks again. "It feels like I got a piece of my youth back," Linda said. Why this matters for older adults. As we age, melatonin production naturally decreases and the body becomes more prone to inflammation. This double challenge explains why so many people over 60 complain of waking up too early, tossing and turning, or feeling unrested even after sleeping. Tart cherries tackle both issues at once. They restore the missing melatonin and reduce the inflammation that often fragments sleep. That's why they're not just a bedtime drink, but a holistic solution for better nights and brighter days. The benefits of tart cherries extend beyond sleep. Research has also linked them to reduced symptoms of arthritis, faster muscle recovery after exercise, and even improved heart health. For older adults who want to stay active, pain-free, and mentally sharp, incorporating tart cherries into the diet can be a simple yet powerful step. Beyond the science, there's something psychologically comforting about making a tart cherry smoothie at night. It becomes a ritual. Blending the cherries, pouring the rich red drink into a favorite glass, sipping it slowly while the house quiets down. This ritual itself signals to the body that the day is ending, complementing the physiological boost from melatonin. Pairing it with dimmed lights, gentle music, or light reading can transform bedtime from a struggle into a peaceful transition. The tart cherry smoothie is not a magic pill, but it's as close as nature comes to one for sleep. It combines melatonin, anti-inflammatory power, and a soothing bedtime ritual, all in a single glass. For people like Linda, and for countless others who have felt betrayed by their restless nights, this simple drink has been a game changer. If you've been waking up tired, battling aches, or lying awake at 2 a.m., wondering what's wrong with your body, consider giving tart cherries a chance. A week may be all it takes to notice a difference. And who knows? Like Linda, you might rediscover mornings filled with energy, clarity, and joy. All thanks to a humble glass of cherry red comfort. While these natural bedtime drinks, from nut milk to tart cherry smoothies, can be incredibly effective, there are some important things to keep in mind. They are safe, gentle, and nourishing, but the way you prepare and use them will determine how much benefit you actually get. Let's go through a few key reminders with real-life examples to bring them to life. 1. Timing matters. The best time to enjoy these drinks is about an hour before bed. Drinking them too early may not give your body the sleep cues it needs, and drinking them right before lying down may lead to bathroom trips during the night. For example, James, a 68-year-old from Arizona, started drinking chamomile tea but noticed he was waking at 3 a.m. needing the bathroom. Once he shifted to drinking it an hour earlier, he not only avoided interruptions but also felt calmer as he prepared for bed. 2. Watch the sugar. Adding sugar, honey, or overly sweet fruits can undo the sleep benefits. Sugar causes spikes in insulin, which can wake you up in the middle of the night. Maria, 72, from New York, blended her Kiwi Smoothie with a big spoonful of honey at first. She enjoyed the taste but kept waking at 4 a.m. Her doctor suggested removing the honey. Within days, she reported fewer night awakenings and a steadier sleep. The natural sweetness of fruits like kiwi and cherries is more than enough. 3. Avoid stimulants at night. It might sound obvious, but even small amounts of caffeine in tea, chocolate, or late-night coffee can block melatonin and disrupt sleep. A good rule: after 2 p.m., stick to caffeine-free drinks. Robert, age 70, used to sip green tea at night, believing it was light. But green tea still contains caffeine, which kept his brain active. Switching to chamomile tea made a noticeable difference. He finally started falling asleep faster. 4. Be consistent. These drinks aren't a one-night fix. Your body often needs days or even weeks to reset its natural rhythm. Think of them as part of a sleep routine rather than a quick remedy. Linda, the retired nurse who tried Tart cherry smoothies, didn't notice much change on day 2. But by the end of week 1, her nights had already improved dramatically. Consistency made the difference. 5. Pair with good sleep hygiene. The drinks are powerful, but they work best alongside healthy habits. That means dimming the lights, avoiding screens before bed, and keeping your bedroom cool and quiet. Eleanor, 70, who tried chamomile tea, found that it helped her relax. But the real breakthrough came when she also turned off her tablet an hour before bed. The tea plus reduced screen time finally gave her the deep rest she needed. 6. Listen to your body. Everyone's response is different. Some may find kiwi works wonders, while others notice better results with nut milk or chamomile. Pay attention to how your body feels and adjust accordingly. Think of it as a gentle experiment with your health. Final reminder. Natural remedies like these are safe for most people, but if you have health conditions, such as diabetes, kidney issues, or digestive problems, it's always wise to check with your doctor before making big changes. Sleep is one of the most important foundations of health. With patience, consistency, and the right choices, these bedtime drinks can become powerful allies, not just for better nights, but for brighter, more energetic mornings. Sometimes, the smallest rituals make the biggest difference. Sleep is not just about closing our eyes. It is the foundation of health, energy, and joy in daily life. Yet, for so many of us, especially after the age of 60, restful nights become harder to find. Waking up at 2 or 3 a.m., tossing and turning, or dragging through the next day tired and irritable can feel discouraging. But the truth is, your body is not broken. It is simply missing the signals it once had. As melatonin production decreases with age, the brain needs gentle reminders to rest. That is where these 5 drinks come in. From the humble nut milk to the comforting malted milk, the calming chamomile tea, the refreshing Kiwi Smoothie, and finally, the powerful Tart cherry smoothie. Each offers its own way of guiding the body back into rhythm. They are natural, safe, and supported by science, yet simple enough to prepare in your own kitchen. What makes them special is not only their ingredients, but also the ritual they create. A quiet moment of care before sleep, telling your mind and body that the day is done. Real stories remind us how impactful these small changes can be. Margaret discovered peaceful nights again with almond milk. John laughed at malted milk until it worked. Eleanor reclaimed calm with chamomile. Robert found deep rest with kiwi, and Linda regained her mornings with tart cherries. These aren't miracles. They are reminders that our bodies still know how to sleep if we give them the right support. Of course, patience is key. These drinks are not quick fixes. They are gentle nudges. Consistency matters. Just like planting a seed, you may not see results overnight, but with regular care, the harvest will come. Pair them with good habits, dimming the lights, avoiding screens before bed, keeping the room cool, and the results will be even stronger. The message is one of hope. No matter how many restless nights you've endured, restful sleep is still possible. Nature has given us powerful tools, and with a little intention, we can reclaim what feels lost. So tonight, instead of reaching for sleeping pills or staring at the ceiling in frustration, try one of these simple drinks. Sip it slowly, breathe deeply, and let your body remember what it feels like to rest. Sometimes, the path to peaceful nights isn't complicated. It's as simple as a warm cup, a ripe fruit, or a glass of tart cherry red. Sleep is waiting for you, and you deserve it.